with happiness. Let's start. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Perseverance Marimeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. If you're joining in for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. You are on Losing in Love podcast with Madam Speaker, and today we are talking multiple baby daddies and high expectations from baby mamas and sense of entitlement from baby mamas. All right, but this is just an open discussion. No answer is the wrong answer. Okay, let me just be comfortable. No answer is the wrong answer. No comment is the wrong comment. Okay, I might regret saying that, but okay. So here's the thing, guys. Now here's the scenario. A couple of weeks ago, there's a lady that posted here on TikTok, and I was really happy when I went through the comment section. The lady, that sound that we used to use Boma last year, the year before last, the one that says, what do you call it? Can I forgot to tell these kids that I'm live? That's why they're behaving like guys. You would think I have like 7 children in this house, and it's only 2. Tiamiso, I'm live. Okay. Anyway, so the lady was saying, what do you call that sound? It says, of course I fucked up. Who never fuck up, hands in the air. You know that thing, eh? And she said she's a mother of 3 from 3 different baby daddies, and she's 28 years old. Punwentle, but I said I'm live. Come here, come and close the sliding door. Oh, what? People, I don't like people who don't take instructions very well. You're supposed to know how to take instructions.
I forgot.
Okay, close. No, not that one. That one. Please keep it down. Eh?
Sorry.
Please be careful. Please be careful here. Okay, leave it there. Just keep it down. Okay, thank you. Okay, sharp, no problem. Love you. Thank you, Mama. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I had to speak to the owners of the house so that they can keep it down because they're the boss here. But anyway, so this lady was doing the sound saying, of course I effed up. Nobody ever up, hands in the air, hands up. And then she had 3 kids. She says she has 3 kids from 3 different baby daddies, and she is 28 years old. In the comment section, there were people who were really saying, you know what, as long as you can take care of your kids, we really applaud you for being a proud mama for your children. You don't have to be ashamed of your children, whatever. And there were obviously the judgmental comments would come from the people who do what? Who make us baby mamas and run away, right? And then they were like, well, who's going to marry you with your 3 children? Thank you so much for marking the register there by the YouTube side. If you are here, please also mark the register by liking, because I can see now we have so far like 19 people. Please like, 21 people, please like, and also please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys. And those who are here on TikTok, when we are done with this live, go catch it up on YouTube. And also when you get there, please give me a like, give me a comment, give me something. All right. Anyway, so this woman, we were commenting, we were defending her with our bodies from people who were trying to shame her, saying, listen, who's gonna marry you now when you have 3 kids from 3 different baby daddies, wara. You understand? And obviously some of us will be coming for that guy to say, you are the problem in our society. The reason why we have people who have different baby daddies is because you baby daddies are running away. I make a baby with you now, you don't want me tomorrow, you run away. Me, I must stay. I must not do douche with the next guy. Me, I fall in love again. I believe in love. I will heal from the fact that you left me. I find another guy. I do douche. I'm hopeful. I think we're going to do forever. I fall pregnant again. The second guy now leaves me. And then what? I must heal now. After healing, I move on with my life. I'm still a flame. Like, guys, we are not our mothers. We are flames forever. And then I find another one. He tells me, listen, I'm not going to do to you what the other 2 did to you. We fall in love. We're promising each other forever. Sometimes we can even get married, have a baby, divorce. I saw a comment before I went live where a lady was saying she's got 4 different kids from different baby daddies, and she was married. You understand? So even a marriage is not a key to actually keep the baby daddies. You understand? So now life has happened to you like that. Ne? Stick with me. Then after all these relationships didn't work out, your first baby date, the first one, the baby daddy of the firstborn, is a hands-on baby daddy. He's present in his child's life. And then when I with your audacity, with your liver that comes with gravy and pap and everything, you come and you say, that baby daddy of yours, who is a present father, must now provide for all your other children. Njani Chomi? We were just complimenting you for being Miss Independent. We're just complimenting you and protecting you and saying your vagina is yours to do whatever you want with it. And you went ahead and you did whatever you want with it. Now, after doing whatever you want with it, you want to come back. The other guy who has a first baby with you can't do anything for his child because you have other children and their fathers are not present. Whose problem is that? Ne? Because in as much as remember all this freedom that we have, it comes with a lot of responsibilities, you know. I see people trying to request to co-host. Please don't request to co-host. Request to come in as a guest so that we can have open spaces for more guests. Ne? So that you can share your views and thoughts. Guys, you know me, I'm for women. Like I always say this, I'm for women. I will defend you with my body as a woman. But hi guys. Like I'm trying to think to myself, ne, let's look at another scenario. Ne? Okay, people are different, right? If a guy is really kind-hearted, he can take care of his child, who is your firstborn, and still be able to do things for your other children because it comes from the goodness of his heart, and maybe you guys have healed to a point where nobody's holding a grudge against anyone. Not because it's a must for you. If you can't do for one, if you can't do for the other kids, you can't do for yours. Because I don't want to cause division among my children. You see now you bite more than you can chew. You see now this thing of us saying in of multiple baby daddies that we have been complimenting you. You can't even manage your own situation. Guys, we can give you all the advice here. We can say we are behind you. We can protect you. Somebody can come for you. We can defend you with a video. But after defending you with a video, you are on your own at home with your 3 children, with your 4 children. You need to make a plan. Yes, listen, this is a permanent decision. Like babies are even more permanent than marriage. You decided that with our motivations as motivational speakers, as who divorce turned us into motivational speakers. From my motivation, you were like, listen, my body, my rules, my game, my this, my that. You went and you made a permanent decision of having a baby. It doesn't work out to have another baby. Based on my advice. Then when you are done, you go back to the first baby date and you say, listen, for as long as you want to have it. And I remember that we as women, we have a tendency of thinking, and this is applicable to all genders. The other day when we were talking about giving the child to the fathers and everything, our apostle, our favorite apostle Peño was here, and he was talking about how both men and women, we are addicted to control. And because we couldn't control each other in the relationship to a point where the relationship even failed, now we want to control each other outside of the relationship. And the only tool that we can actually use to control each other out of the relationship is what? Is a baby. You understand? Because I know that if I'm toxic and I have a baby with you, somewhere, somehow, I have control over you for the rest of your life because of the baby that I have with you. So because I don't choose healing. Healing is boring. Healing is for these people who think they're better than. Healing is for Madam Speaker who would like attention too much. She wants to be posting here with her baby daddy every 2 minutes, trying to show us what healing looks like and annoying us. But as for me, why must I heal? Why must I be nice to my baby daddy who did me dirty? Why must I be... okay, it's fine. You don't have to be nice to your baby daddy who did you dirty. But at the end of the day, that is his child. And when that is his child, you go ahead and you move on with it. Guys, I love it for us. I love it for us women. We get to a point where, have you ever been in one of those toxic relationships that when the relationship comes to an end, a guy will tell you who will take you with all these kids? We will see who will take you. Like, guys will demoralize you. They will make sure they finish you, so that even when they're done with you, years later after them being done with you, what they did to you is still finishing you. Like, you are like a slow cooker. They will slow cook you. When they leave, they switch on a slow cooker. Is cooking you for the next 30 years. One word he said to you. He said to you, which man will take you with all these children? You understand what I mean? And then after he has said who will take you with all these children, you have a point to prove, to say, listen, I am takeable material. I was even saying to a friend of mine during the day, I'm like, hey, guys, if I really was in that spirit of wanting to get married, and me and my person were in a position to get married, I would get married to prove a point to all these people who are saying me, I'm getting back together with my baby daddy. Like net for control, I was gonna get married, but because I know what marriage is and is not a playground, I'm not gonna do it. So you would go as far as getting married to prove a point. You would go as far as finding somebody else, make a baby with that somebody else to prove to the previous one who left you as a slow cooker to say, listen, I can actually move on with my life. I can find somebody else. Not only can I find somebody else, I can actually procreate with somebody else. You prove a point. You procreated, number one. It doesn't work out. You move on with your life. You find another one. You procreate, number two. It doesn't work out. Now you come back to the same guy who said to you, we'll see who will take you with all of your children. Again, this is the toxic one. But remember, ne? Guys. Remember, you being in the next relationship, if you didn't do the work to heal from the previous relationship, that hurt is still there, untouched. You move on to the next one. You're piling things on top of other things. So now when you have to go all the way, you are used to toxicity between you and the first one that proclaimed negative things in your life that nobody will ever love you. When you get to that one, you are now, listen, you're not going to see your kid. You're not going to buy Nike for your kid if my other kids don't have. Now this guy is coming now and saying, oh, okay, so you went and you picked useless baby daddies to prove a point to me. Hi, Mzalwan. Me, I'm not entering there. I'm not doing anything like that. You know, like I was saying earlier on, I'm just going to be all over the place, guys. Please forgive me. Like I was saying earlier on, that it's okay if you are going to, you know, be at peace, heal. Like your relationship is fine with your previous baby daddy to a point where, yeah, now from the goodness of his own heart, he really just wants to do stuff for your other children. Like, I have kids with a guy. He has other kids. I wouldn't mind doing stuff for his other kids. Let's say, for example, my kids go and stay with my baby daddy and his other kids from his other baby mamas. They're all staying in one house. I don't think I would buy stuff for my kids only. And also because I understand how hectic parenting is, staying with kids full time. I'd be like I will be the wife, the current wife, to say, hey, please take care of my kids. You know what? Please make sure my kids are in good hands. I would buy them everything. I will be ordering things for them online and delivering them to their house just so that my kids can be comfortable and also just to show appreciation to the new wife. You understand? And so I would do things for my baby daddy's other kids because I'm buying face, But once the baby daddy now comes to me and says, you can't buy Nikes for your children and not mine, excuse me. Am I the one who said you must go and make other babies with other people? So my kids must now suffer. And now the division that this causes amongst the children. Because now, the one child that when the baby daddy wants to be hands-on, you're probably going to resent that child. You're probably going to be giving more attention to the other ones whose fathers are not present, just so that you can comfort them. The next thing, your kids, bona self, your kids, they don't get along. The next thing, now we are talking about child favoritism. We're talking about how the other child grew up in a very toxic or hectic, or their childhood, they've got a lot of childhood traumas, and the only cause of their childhood trauma is that their father wanted to be present, but when you resented them for the fact that the father wants to be present. You couldn't allow them to have nice things. Say maybe the baby daddy has like 4 other kids. He's doing stuff for all his other 3 kids, but he can't do anything for yours because we're not. With our advices and our cheering you on, we said use your make as many babies as you want. I mean, I always say I want 4 children. I want 4. 4. So okay, but I think I'm not gonna manage, because I have 2. If I can have 1 child, 1, I must make sure that it's either the baby daddy is gonna cover up for what the baby daddy, the other 2 kids, the baby daddy is doing for them. It's either I must cover up or must pick a guy who's going to cover that up. I can't expect my baby daddy to now start doing things for these other people. You understand what I mean? Guys, I can't read the comments. I can see the comments are coming in, but I'm too far. And you know my problems. You know me and my eyes. We are not doing. So I can't read the comments. Okay, let me try. So yes, we are here for that. We are here for that, guys. We are here for that. To say, ndimadekwana about the Miss A. Okay, let's start. I could see. You know, so that is our issue. That is that's our petition for today, to say, listen, uh, rather should we then say, as women, should we advise each other to not, and that for me, what I'm about to say now doesn't even sound right to me. It sounds like we are going back to the cotton picking days. Should we say, as a woman, you must have one baby daddy to minimize this thing of you having your child being discriminated? Because clearly you are not doing a good job if you're going to be picking the baby daddies, that the other one is up there, the other one is down there, the other one can provide for the children, the other one can do this and that. Blessing is saying, my baby daddy wants me to help him out with the child with another lady. I was like, we're all adults. How's that? How is that even possible? Um are you and your baby daddy still together? Because I know that when people are together, let's say maybe you're a wife and your husband has kids outside, or kids nje, out there, then obviously sometimes money can even come from your own pocket to help with the other kids who are outside. I remember some time ago when we were talking about maintenance, there was a lady who came here and said that after the divorce, she was paying 18,000 rand towards school fees for her ex-husband's two children. And how it got to that is because when she was married to this man had two baby mamas. Ne? And then because they were showing this united front, um, and this baby mama started only showing up after the guy was married. After the guy got married, like, yeah, listen, we want to take you to maintenance court. So obviously, as the wife, I'm the wife. I'm not gonna allow no haters, no negativity, no nothing is gonna come between me and my husband. So I'm going to make sure I help my husband. I'm gonna be his helper and make sure I settle his bills. So this woman did what? She was like, no, baby, listen, give me. Those are my responsibility. I will pay for the fees of the two children. They even went as far as sacrificing for her own children. Her own children were going to the local schools, but those two baby mamas decided to form an alliance, and they took their kids to Kuro. And this wife was like, no, listen, I can pay my husband. I will support. I'll stick by my man. He's my man. I must stick beside him. She stuck beside this man, took the kids to Kuro. She was paying 18,000 per month. When it was time for her to divorce, my sister, when they check the statements, they check everything. The man said, listen, yes, we are divorcing, but can the status quo remain? The woman had to continue paying maintenance for the ex-husband's children. She had to continue paying school fees. And now remember, they're divorcing, meaning that she's paying school fees for her ex-husband's children who are in Kuro. Yeah, she's where? She's here in Onverwag. You understand? So the lesson there was that be very careful, especially as the wives, to say you want to be so hands-on to a point where your partner, you will handle it, and we have a lot of wives now who have a tendency of, I know for a fact because I was once there, but unfortunately with me, the baby mama was not there, where the wife would say, I'll handle it, instead of my husband speaking to the baby mama, I will speak to the baby mama, woman to woman, because he's my husband. What is his is mine. Now I'm going to talk to this man. I'm going to talk to the baby mama. I will arrange everything with the baby mama. Then you get divorced, but you must still continue, because the arrangement was not between the baby daddy and the baby mom. It was between the wife and the baby mom. Now you must continue. So we are not saying don't support your people. I actually discovered this after the divorce. I was like, oh my gosh, I could have really been hammered. I could have been still responsible for other people's children even after the divorce if people knew this information. So it's something that you need to really be careful of. Okay, let me try to read the comments, because you guys clearly don't want to join the live. I'd quit my job. Listen, but then quitting a job also depends. Who's saying I'd quit my job? Maggie. Quitting your job is, you are losing 18,000, but what if your take home is 100K? Are you going to quit your job for 18,000? Who's going to pay all your other bills? How are you going to manage, So for her, it made sense to continue paying, because 18,000, yes, is a lot of money and it's painful, but based on what she remains with and all the other things she still needs to take care of, she couldn't manage to leave her job. You get what I mean? Don't be naive. Who shouldn't be naive? Oh, then if you together, then ish. Guys, I missed a comment. Blessing is saying you were together, not married. I refused. My sister, you are not drunk in love enough. It's only a matter of time before you do it. I'm telling you. By the time he marries you, you would have been deep in the responsibility of that child will be yours, because already the guy has presented the idea to you. The intention is for you to be responsible for his child. So he knows already, if he marries you, you're gonna take care of the rest. Okay, what do we have? If the kids you can afford, should anything happen to the fathers, it becomes easy to cover. Yeah. When we talk about how women must close their wombs, like guard your womb, be a security guard of your womb. They say because you're a bitter divorcee. Even these days, I'm no longer famous for being a bitter divorcee. I'm famous for being a co-parent. When we say guard your womb, don't be just going around gifting these people with the very same people who are gonna call you names after you have given multiple men children. They're gonna be the same guys who will be coming in the comment section saying, "Yeah, Futek, you bitter woman, stop telling these women not to give us children. We want to multiply. We want to multiply." Guard your womb. Guard your womb as a woman. You see this thing of I can have 4 kids, 4 different baby daddies. I can afford the kids. The baby daddies can do their parts, but I know that I can stand on business with my kids. Yes, that's good. But if you're gonna be going back to the same baby daddies and now causing dramas to say, listen, the baby daddy of baby number 1 must take care of baby number 2, 3, 4, when all these other ones are not his children. My sister, are you okay? Are you okay, my sister? Okay, what else is there here in the comments, since the people don't want to join the live? Okay, the nice thing about people not wanting to join the live is that at least it will end earlier, you know. For me, earlier is always better. I'm always happy to end the live earlier. And I know that once we have guests coming in, that means that we'll probably have to drag it a little bit longer. Aye, who is this one requesting because I'm saying the live has to end early? Miss A. Miss A, you don't want to see me happy, ne?
No, I don't.
Hi, my sister. What did I do to you? Hi,
I
darling.
wanted to say, if you want to read the comments properly, maybe you can put something chine chitaka. Jacket and you know to commented this abonad or
It's
on the
a-
white and the font in every corner it's also white.
You know what is the thing, my sister, ne? I am short-sighted.
Oh.
I am so short-sighted, and already I'm wearing extra. Like you see now, when you are here and I'm like you are this side and I'm this side, but I can see the comments now. They're on a black background, eh? But I still struggle to read because I'm short-sighted.
Okay.
So
I thought the
what?
problem-
So what's your take, my sister, on the scenario?
I just joined.
My sister, you can't do that to us. I saw you in the comment section. Yeah.
I think sometimes we are too naive and we want to prove a point that we can do it. It's not really necessary for me to be talking to baby mama. The baby mama can communicate with the father and arrange everything with him. It's just that maybe there will need to be boundaries in terms of communication and what they talk about, because I'm here. I mean, yeah, Mara, I don't need to get involved.
Okay, no, I hear you on that one, ne? But the one, the exhibit A, it's just that I'm all over the place because I'm trying to engage based on the comments, right? But the original one is that here's a scenario, ne, as perseverance. I have 3 children from 3 different baby daddies, ne? Baby daddy number 1 is well off. Even the way the relationship was so toxic, he was even telling me when we were still together that when we broke up, he was like, nobody's gonna love you with this child, you know? And then we broke up. I found baby daddy number 2. We made a baby. I was like, you see, people can actually find me. I'm still attractive. That relationship doesn't work out. I find baby daddy number 3. That relationship doesn't work out. Now, baby daddy number 1 wants to do stuff for his child, the first one. And I am now saying to baby daddy number 1, you can't do things for your child only and leave my other 2 kids. It's either you must do for all of them or you must not do for any of them at all. What is your take on that?
I think as parents, we need to think about the kids and put them first, right? If they are siblings, one of them might get okay. Mungwe angaswikela une abvelela ti mumwe ava songo bvelela ende uri houḽa mumwe a songo bvelelaho a bvelele a vha khou tea u takulwa nga houḽa mumwe ti arali vhana vho tshila kha scenario ine vha khou tambudzana ti vhana vha tambudzana nga emotionality na muṅwe ṅwana ane u dzula nga fhashu khotsi vha ya mushumoni vho ṋamela nga murahu wa baki ḓuvha ḽine heiḽa baki ya ḓa ngori vhaṅwe vhana vha vha khou musea ti khotsi vho ṋamela nga murahu ḓuvha ḽine baki heiḽa ya ḓa i sina muthu nga phanḓa ni ḓo tou mu pfha naye uri zwi khou mu vhaisa a tshi ri hey baba kungcono namhlanje uzogibela like uri vha ṋamela nga phanḓa ti so vhana vha vhaisana nga tshavho vha kwanyeledzana nga zwithu zwiṱukuṱuku zwine ndi pfha ungari sa vhabebi ri tea u sedza uri vha tshi yo aluwa matshelo vha nga kona u thusana na as disciplines uri the bigger picture a si uri ṅwana a aluwe a vhe okay zwi nga ḓi itea zwa u sa tshimbile zwa lenga ti uri tshifhinga tsha muṅwe na muṅwe tsho tsho fhambana hu ṱavhanya zwa houḽa ane khamusi khotsi vha sa koni zwa uri na zwa uri ende o vha a khou zwi vhona uri khotsi yanini vha khou zama u ntsikeledza ti ende zwi amba uri vha nga si thusane.
Okay, so you as the mother, okay, let me just brief the people now, guys. For those who don't know the language, she's saying that sometimes the way kids grow up, you know, there could be one child whose dad is using a bakkie, for example. She was just giving a scenario where the dad would always climb at the back of the bakkie, and kids, because kids are brutal and they tease each other, they would tease the dad of that one. So when they grow up, sometimes the dad of the one who was struggling could be the one that, you know, succeeds in life before the one whose father is more successful or has more money, you know. But you may find that these kids will need each other one day. You as the, because guys, this is the realest thing that we can ever come across, you know, because you as the baby mama, you know, you are these are all your children. How do you then play a part in controlling that for your children to make sure that even if these kids, because guys, look, in the olden days, kids used to be of different fathers, but that thing was never spoken about. So it was like a secret. Kids grow up without knowing who their real fathers is. So in that case, at least there's not that discrimination. We are living in an era where we need to be open and transparent with our children to say, listen, me and your father, we are divorced. I have a new boyfriend now. I have a new child now. You guys, you are all my children, but you are children of the different fathers and all that stuff. How do you then now, as the mother, make sure that you control the situation? Because I don't want to say you brought it upon yourself as if it's a situation, but you brought it upon yourself in a sense that you, with your eyes wide open, you knew that you were moving on from baby date number 1 to baby date number 2. So how do you control that to make sure that your kids remain united, even though they have different fathers, and they understand that that one has their own father, this one has their own fathers, but you are all my children and I love you, and you still have to love each other even though you have different fathers. You get what I mean?
Yes, I do. I think I'm saying atoma kazwa uri angwana authority teach them the concept of sharing. Ara ngwana ini munenga mvelo na mwalusa aba akho kona u share ti angare ni tshi kho murengela na musi khotsi ara vha khou vha vhone vho no kho murengela tshithu ari na mukene ti.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. Nne ṅwana nga when I buy things for him u ḓo amba na ṅwana wa mukomana wanga uri rengela na hula ngori vha tamba vhoṱhe. Ara ndi sa khou vha rengela vhoṱhe ti ndi na tshelede yo renga tshithihi ndi ḓo ri hai ni ḓo share ende na musi ara vha khou tamba vhoṱhe vha ḓo fhedzisela vha khou share hezwiḽa zwithu zwine ndo zwi renga ndi ḓo ri hai ndi khou rengela inwi na hula. Zwino kha musi zwine ri nga tou zwi ita sa vhabebi ndi u funḓedza vhana vhashu the concept of sharing uri na musi arali hu khou pfhi tsho vhuya ndi tsha mugede a ri tenda uri tshi tshikuta tsho tou ralo
If it's shareable, yes, I hear you.
vha swika hafhaḽa vha tshintshana ha phusha muṅwe vha gidimisana vha swika hafhaḽa. I think ra vha gudisa concept yo share dzi resources dzine ra vha nadzo uri vha swikelele zwine vha khou ṱoḓa u swikelela sa vhana vha muthu sa family zwi nga thusa. Because zwiṅwe zwi nga ri balela u controla kha musi uri muthu u ḓo ya rengela ṅwana wawe tshikuta anga ḓiri nṋe ṅwana anga nga dzi balelwa tshikuta ngori kha musi ini khotsi ya ṅwana wa hoyu muṅwe ha koni u renga tshikuta ende nṋe yo renga zwikuta zwivhili a thini.
Exactly.
So kha scenario yo ralo zwi nga si balelise houḽa uri a sa vhe na tshikuta. Zwine zwa vha zwa ndeme ndi zwa uri o vha na tshikuta tsho ralo kha ri vhona uri okay vha tshi ndi resource ine vha vha nayo vha khou i shirisa nga nḓilayo.
No, I hear you, my sister. I hear you. For those who are not hearing my sister, she's saying that I think the basic principle that we have to teach our children is sharing. You know, we need to teach them that even though the scooter, for example, if one baby daddy buys a scooter for one child, because he's not going to buy for all your children, then we should, as mothers, go that extra mile of teaching our kids to say, listen, you need to share amongst each other. Meaning that even though it was bought by one baby daddy, your children should be able to share. And if we can master the art of us just teaching our kids, and I feel like when the baby daddies are different, it's an opportunity for you to actually get your kids to be even closer together, to say, listen, encourage them to be even closer together, so that the bond of, hey, we are not of the same father and whatever, it should not break them. Because obviously if your kid is going to mix up with the baby daddy's other children, there's going to be another bond on that side. So when they're together with you, you need to go that extra mile of making sure that your kids are close and they share and they're each other's keepers. Miss A, thank you so much, my darling. I really appreciate you. We have Blessing. Is it Blessing? Belivius. I mean, the whole time I've been saying blessings, guys. Forgive me.
Nah, it's fine. You're forgiven.
How are you?
Mina, all I wanna give an input is just that you ladies tend to think you own the children. So I'm saying this because if I'm married, for example, I'm a millionaire, and I made a child while I was broke, and maybe we had a child while we are still going to the school, né? They are still in school. But then now I married and I have other children. My children are going to Kuru. Then the one that I made while I still attending school can't go to Kuru because because you, the woman, think you own my child and has to be equal to yours. What about me as a man? Because when that child grows, will question me that your other kids were going to Kuro and me alone, I wasn't going to Kuro. It will be a reason enough to tell my child that I didn't send you to Kuro because you have other siblings from your mom's side who their fathers didn't afford didn't afford Kuro. It won't be fair.
Yeah.
I think in our generation, the moment we think that the children are for both of us, you don't own the children, and I don't own. Hence, this thing of denying access of the children wasn't supposed to be there if we believed both parents have equal right to their children. So that was my take.
No,
you can't take me off.
I absolutely agree with you with what you have said. We do, to a certain degree, as women, feel like we own the kids more than you, so we must give you access. These are some of the conversations that we've had so many times in the past. And it's just that now men are stepping up, you know, they're catching up, because now men know the what do you call this, the children's court. They know how to go there and fight for the rights of their children. And I remember there's one time I saw a video of a guy here on TikTok who was saying that, I wish you as my father did not give up on me. I wish ngabe unyonyobile and come to my school and do this and that, so that we can have a relationship, so that you don't tomorrow say you are blaming my mother for not being there. So I see a lot of men coming forward and really just stepping up and you know, and saying they're going to fight for their children. Fighting is not good. It's frustrating sometimes to see a woman being lied upon and losing her children. But the fact that men are able to now say, listen, these kids, they understand that having a child with a woman does not mean that that woman owns these children. I think somewhere, somehow, it can either force the woman to come down, reach common ground, and see how they can best parent these children, or they're going to go to court, you know. So I don't know. This thing is it's got, you know, it's a best of both. Because when men are stepping up now, they understand their rights as men. They know that their children don't belong to the wife, but also at the same time, it really exposes those who are really toxic to say, listen, I'm gonna get you by just taking the children from you. Witness.
Good evening, Madam Speaker. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my darling?
I'm good, thank you.
Sure.
Well, I think on this topic, as a mother, I try to standardize things, and what the father does, you know, for one child, is an add-on. So I don't necessarily treat my kids the same way.
Okay.
And a lot of people try to say they treat all their kids the same way. Our kids are not the same.
True.
And we need to acknowledge that, right? And we need to make sure we treat them how they are. You know, I have a daughter who's an introvert, likes certain things, and my son doesn't like certain things. So in all honesty, their treatment can never be the same. But yes, I love them equally, but how I treat them is not the same. So we need to start there to say that, we can all be from the same mother, but we cannot be the same. And the fact that we are different and we are still, we still like there's acceptance of each other. That's where this whole thing starts, right? The other one is older, the other one is younger, and we cannot change those things. So those are some of the things I feel like we need to enforce with our kids. Then when it comes to the baby daddies as to what they do, I don't force anyone to do anything. I feel that if it's up to an individual, to do what they feel like doing. So if baby daddy number one wants to go all out and buy for his daughter, good for him. And I will explain to my son that, unfortunately, her dad decided to do this. If there's any tension or makes you feel left out, I will also do something for you, when the time is right. If I can't do it at that particular time. Because even if kids are from the same parents, you don't always do things for them, for all of them at the same time. So
Thank you.
I don't understand why now do we put a burden on different fathers to actually match the standard. No, even married couples don't do the same thing for all their kids. There's different categories. Okay, girls want this, and you don't always do the same things for all your kids. So I think we need to understand kids that you don't always get what you want. Someone might get something bigger or better, and next time it will be your turn. You also get something, so that's where we need to actually start to say, even if they're not kids, even if they're not your kids at school, they're different. They come from different families. Families can afford better things that I cannot afford. So if we are not teaching them that principle of contentment, that's when we are breeding a generation of kids that are entitled, that are jealous of each other. So for me, I try to, as a mother, I think the bulk of the work sits on me to actually make sure that kids stay with me. If I want to maintain a certain standard, it is up to me and not burden the next person. The next person will do what he is willing to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh man, thank you so much, Witness. Although the network was a bit scratchy there, but everything you shared, you know what, 100%. As you were speaking, I was actually thinking of my own situation. My son started being serious about rugby this year, so we've been buying him a lot of things, a lot of times. Like we've been buying, And now when we had to now buy for the sister as well, I had to remind him. And also it goes back to that thing of saying the kids are not the same. My son is the one who is more needy than the sister. When we have to buy things for the brother, the sister is understanding. But when we have to buy things for the sister, the brother is be like, I also want. So I always have to teach him that thing to say, listen, we bought for you this and that. Now it's time for us to buy for this one. And also the same woman who is saying that I have 3 kids from 3 different baby daddies. If baby daddy number 1 wants to buy this, they must buy for all 3. Are they also able to buy for all their 3 children at the same time? Which is exactly what you are saying, to say, even with our children, we must teach them to be content so that they know that there might be a time where I have to buy something for this one. Next time I'm going to buy for you. Then the next time it's going to be for the other one. So the same thing applies when one baby daddy is coming through for the other kids. The other ones have to understand that for now, this is not what you're going to be getting. Only this one has. You might have it next time, or you might not even have the same thing next time, like at all. So kids need to be that's powerful. Hey, you just dropped gems, ma'am. Kids have to be content with what they're receiving.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my darling. We have hey guys, the live of today, I'm loving it. Hey, we are wrapping up. We have Karabo. Hi, Karabo. Is it Karabo? Hi, Karabo.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
I'm good, and you guys?
Good, thank you. You are last but not least.
All right, thank you. I'm listening to the conversation. Hey, I also have 2 kids with 2 different baby daddies, but I thank God because we are co-parenting with them.
Okay.
So with the Curo stuff, I mean, like, the guy, the gentleman was right. The kid does not belong to me alone. I understand, but at some point, I think it's better if we sit down and talk about it. To say is okay. There's good government schools out here. Let's sit down and talk about it. Since my other daughter is going to the school, I cannot take the other one to Kuro. But let's talk and come to a decision. Really, to say let them go to the same school. Let them go to the same good school, not in different schools. You get it?
Okay.
Communicate. All right. It's called co-parenting for a reason.
Yeah.
But now, when it comes to the apparel, some clothes and shoes and this, it's okay if he wants to buy for his own son alone. As a regular waka, because now it's not by force. I get it. So Linda Waka will have to understand, or mommy will buy me when the money is there. You understand? But for now, mommy did not buy it. Now when I buy for both of them. But with the other parents, they can't. So yeah, it's a sensitive issue though.
So it's a matter of us having to communicate with our kids and also be transparent with them as well, for them to understand the home setup that we have. And also, you see the issue of Curone, it becomes tricky when the baby daddy, when you and the first baby daddy, you are still Tom and Jerry, because it could be that the baby daddy just wants to show off, but also at the same time, it could be that the baby daddy just wants good quality education for all his kids, including the one that is yours. So I think even with that one, it's one of those things that you can really sit down with your kids, you know, and be transparent. You see this transparency thing that we've started with our children. We're just going to have to continue with it to say, listen, this one, the father wants to take her or take him. Because even, I think I saw a story here on Facebook where a lady was sharing that all her siblings went to private schools, but she didn't go to a private school. And they were kids of the same mother and the same father. So sometimes it does happen that even kids of the same mother and the same father, and as witness was saying, they won't get the same things at the same time. So it should not be a matter of, I want to show who is more powerful between the two of us. I'm going to prove to you the kids are mine. It should be the thing, Yagore, look at the best interest of the children. And if it means that you have to take the other child to Kuro and the other one you must explain to them, then so be it. Because it's not a loss. It's a win-win for you, because at the end of the day, the child who's being taken to this fancy school was going to get a good quality of education. It's your child at the end of the day. So I feel like the most important thing is, if we are co-parenting, are we really co-parenting in a good spirit? We are killing this thing, you know, or we are competing with one another. I'm trying to prove to you that I can do certain things, or things you didn't want me to do when we were together, I can now do them now. So yeah, it's a thing that we
Like,
can solve.
you know what happened? I think January I lost my job, and they really had to step in, both of them. The other baby daddy bought the cool bagging and some the stationery. The other ones is taking care of sculpting, because I spoke to them. I think when you can communicate well with them, it's not about us, it's about the kids now, the well-being of the kids. Are they okay? So I think if only the baby daddy and the baby nanny can try first, relationship is right, co-parenting is right, and then everything is going to go smoothly. There's not going to be competition anyway.
Yeah, we need to be grown-ups and adults about it. I agree with you absolutely. We've got Nurse. Guys, more people are now requesting, because I said we are closing. Guys, Auntie, why are you like this? Hi, Nurse.
Hi, Madam Speaker.
How are you, my darling? Hi, guys. So many people requesting.
I'm good,
Why?
thank you. I came in the end, but the guy was saying he couldn't do some stuff for his other son because he has his other kids with him. I don't think that's an excuse.
Okay.
If you have kids somewhere else, you should be able to. You're obligated to take care of your kids.
Okay.
You know, no matter if the woman has other kids or not, they're gonna feel bad. Your kid is your obligation to do whatever you're doing for your other kids at home. You to do it for the other kid too.
Okay.
You know, because you're obligated. You are their parents. If the mom has other means to take care of the kids, then she don't have it. That's her problem.
Yeah.
But you as the father, you have other kids. You're married to your wife. You have kids. You have another kid outside. You need to be able to take care of the other kid outside too.
Okay, so what the guy is saying, what the guy is saying is that he wants to take his child to the fancy schools where he's taking the other children. But now the problem is his baby mama now has other kids that can't go to the fancy school that he wants to take his child with the baby mama. So now the issue is, will the baby mama, you find the baby mama saying, no, you can't take my one child to a fancy school. What about my other children?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the mother is wrong.
Yeah, so the mother needs to somehow to find a way to explain to the other kids whose fathers can't afford the fancy school to say,
Right.
listen, this one, the father affords a fancy school and they have to go to a different school, and the rest of you, you're gonna have to remain here with me and whatnot. You get what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get it. I came at the end. All right, makes sense.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
it's the mother needs to find other ways to take care of her other kids because it's not the guy's obligation, if anything.
Yeah.
As long as he's doing his
Painful
part.
as it may be.
Sorry?
I'm saying painful as it may be for the other kids, but yeah, that's the price we pay, for the lifelong decisions that we make, somehow you're just gonna
Right.
have to sit and explain to your kids how life happened to be the way it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my darling.
Yeah.
Jesus' wife. Hey, you are the bride of Jesus.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you, madam?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my darling?
I'm okay. I'm not sure if I'll be out of the context, but
Okay.
here's what I'm experiencing. Okay. When I met my partner, he already had a child with another woman. So whenever he buys things for his child, then the mother will actually tell him to also buy for the son's siblings, who is the child who is another man's child.
Yes, I hear you.
And I just want to share and hear different views if I'm just being selfish for not liking what my mother-in-law is suggesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your mother-in-law suggesting in the situation?
He want my husband to buy clothes for his son's sibling. Whenever
Wait.
they buy something, he tells him that he must also buy for the sibling.
Wait, my sister. Okay, I'm a bit confused. So it's not your mother-in-law, it's the baby mama, your husband's baby mama.
No,
Okay.
my mother-in-law instruct his son to buy clothes for the child, for another child who is
Okay.
not his.
What is the baby mama saying?
They've got a relationship.
Oh, the
Not
baby
a
mama has a
relationship.
relationship with your mother-in-law.
Yes.
Does your mother-in-law like you?
I don't think she does.
Okay, how does your husband feel about this thing?
He never said anything about it. He just buy.
He buys. Hey, your husband is a good
Yes.
husband. Musake, hey, my sister, he buys.
Yeah, it's a community man. This can be good.
Hey, my sister, I am so shocked. I thought maybe your husband was gonna say no. He's buying.
Yes.
Okay, can he afford?
I don't know. Maybe he is affording. If he can buy for a child who is not his, just to balance whatever that the mother-in-law is saying he must balance.
Do you have a child with this man, my sister?
I've got 3 kids with him.
Is he providing everything 100%? No, nothing is missing in the house.
Yes, he is.
Is this man a vendor man? Aye.
Okay, Percy.
Hey.
He's
I want.
Yes, Sissy, you were saying? Somebody was saying something?
No, I was saying I don't see a problem if the guy can afford and he doesn't have a problem with it, and also if he's still able to provide for the kids that he has with Usisi.
My sister, can I be honest with you? You see how much of a good person I am? Me, I am a good person, even though I have to say so myself. I blow my own horn. I have a good heart. So much that
Yeah.
I can do things for my ex-husband's children from other relationships. But this one, if my ex-husband was, if I was still married to that guy and he was doing things for his baby mama's other children, there was going to be war. We were not gonna sleep in that house that night. There was not gonna be, no matter how much more money, better he give me that money, I will save it. There is no, for me personally, for a man who is married and has children of his own, you can call me
Thank you.
evil. Call me evil, it's
Thank
fine.
you.
I was never gonna allow that nonsense. We were not gonna sleep in that house that night.
Percy, I want to understand. If the guy can afford and he's still able to provide for you, Whatever you want, he's providing. Whatever you and your kids want, he's providing. And now he is also taking care of this kid that is not his, because just because the baby is
Because
a
his
sibling.
mother instructed him to do it because the mother likes the ex-girlfriend or the baby mom. You understand? You understand where the problem starts with me? The problem is it's not him according to his own accord that he decided that he wants to help the baby mom. It's his mother. And I wouldn't be surprised if his mother is trying to fix so that the baby mama can get back together with her husband. You understand?
Yes. Okay. So the problem here is how this is coming about.
Yes.
Not him helping the other child.
With me, if it came, not personally, I would say, if I saw that maybe the baby mama is struggling, the way I'm such a stupid heart, I would even suggest it. If the suggestion was coming from me as the wife, it's fine. It's coming from your mother who has a relationship with your ex, and they can have a relationship, it's fine. But now I'm seeing, like, it doesn't sit well with Jesus's wife. Your husband is Jesus. That's why your name is Jesus's wife, Your husband is Jesus. Ha! Can never be me. My sister, can never be me. That money, give it to me, will go to Dubai. Are you done with everything you want in your life? You have your house, you have your cars, you have everything. You are sorted in life. That's why this man, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Call me evil.
Madam, thank you for being honest, because I just wanted to find out if I'm not being a bitter person, not to like what my mother-in-law is doing.
Someone here is saying the guy might as well take care of the responsibilities of the nieces and nephews. You see, that one I can understand. Let him take care of his sister's kids, his brother's kids. Not a kid of his baby mama. Where's the father of that child? You can call me
The
bitter,
father is
guys.
there. Is present.
Is present. Hi.
Yes, this lady, she's got a husband.
Ha! God forbid.
You?
Okay, have you ever talked to him about this? Jesus,
This one is married to Jesus straight, I'm telling you.
You know what? I
So now, guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to understand this part. What does the husband of this baby mama say when the other man is taking care of his children?
Good question. Good question. But I doubt she would know.
I don't think he's aware.
Oh.
So I think he's just sitting comfortably, so the kids are well fed, well clothed, provided everything, and he's not asking himself the questions on how
He's probably thinking that the mother made a plan. He's not knowing where the things are coming from. When you must blow the whistle, when Jesus' wife, you must tell the husband of the other one, to say, my husband is taking care of your business because you can't. I can borrow you my drama for a day, yes.
It's tough.
No, I didn't hear your response. I asked you if you have talked to Jesus about this.
Oh, yes.
No, I never spoke to him about it because I realized that it's actually the mother who's pushing it to happen.
No.
Okay, I think also depending on, guys, I always say this when people say I have a weird relationship with my ex and whatever, that relationships differ, natures of relationships. People have got the weirdest types of relationship where they don't even confront each other in relationships, where we just look at each other, we don't confront. We can see there's an elephant in the room, we'd rather eat that elephant than address it. You understand what I mean? So maybe it's one of those relationships where you guys don't address issues like, I know this is an elephant.
But I'm also in the same boat. My daughter is not the child of my baby daddy, but when they go visit, they all go together. When he buys clothes, he buys for everyone. When he's buying school stuff, he buys for everyone. So I don't understand.
Does your baby daddy...
an agreement between you and him, or agreement between the mother-in-law?
My sister.
Hence I said that the mother-in-law is instructing him to buy for the niece when he's buying everything for the child.
Lily, my darling. I'm gonna throw a question at you now. Does your baby daddy, the one who is buying everything for all your kids, does he have a wife?
Yes, currently he does.
Do you communicate with do you know, is the wife aware of what your baby daddy is doing?
I don't know. This was an agreement which was made between me and him, Hatamaya, when we separated.
Hore o tla tlhokomela bana, le nna ke tla tlhokomela bana. We do whatever we do, and ha ke tjhakisa bana, I'm not allowed to make the two ba hae ba tjhake without the other one. He wants all of them. And also, when I'm also taking the kids somewhere, I need to take all of them. Whatever I'm doing on my side, he does on his side, and he does equally. We all do it equally.
Okay, I have a question. Does this guy have other kids that you also take and you do things for?
The other kid is not in SA, so the child is overseas. But then I've never even gotten in contact with the mother of the child or
So the kids that you guys are taking and taking care of each other, they are your kids.
the two kids are his, and then the one is mine. But
Oh, okay.
he's been raising the child
Oh,
since
okay.
only one.
Oh, okay. And the wife knows, is aware of the situation.
I don't know.
Okay. No, I think in your case, you guys, you have a nice co-parenting relationship happening there. The love that your ex has for your children is that deep. But I can sense it now that your ex's wife is probably like Jesus's wife. She doesn't know. And when she finds out, she's gonna be on this live complaining like the way Jesus's wife is complaining.
But I want to say about when I was high, because when she came into the relationship, one no nigga for visiting, and then we had a meeting with the mother and him where it was an issue. Ya gore why ke separate bana ke ba tjhakisa, ke tjhakisa the two, and then the one is not visiting.
Hey,
Percy,
my sister,
I
yours.
think her situation is a bit different
Yes,
from this one that we're talking about, because in her case, the guy probably had a relationship with the child since it was her first child.
Exactly.
So obviously, now that they're separated, he cannot just go AWOL on the child that he was taking care of, because it can affect the child very badly. And yeah, it's really deeper.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you on that one. It's not the same when as you having children now. After you broke up with this guy, the next thing you expect this guy to take care of the children you're gonna have now. You understand what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that would not be fair.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be fair.
yeah. But with the one that they've already built a relationship, the child only knows this guy as the father. We thank God.
Because then that door high but they never had a relationship. The only relationship, fatherly relationship, and with this one.
No. I think that one on that one it's understandable, and if he married a wife who is understanding, or whether she's aware or not, but I think your case is an exception. You know, your case is definitely an exception. If I was the wife, I would understand. Marawana, Jesus' wife, that one is another one altogether. Oh. Kids are coming after your husband's child, and your husband must take care of them. Come on, that's a one. That one won't work.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Lily,
Yes.
so what does your first baby daddy do? Does he not support the first child?
Not at all. I've run after him until I gave up. And to a point where I got a social worker for counseling, because she actually did want him in her life, because she's like a teen. So she started realizing she needs him. And we tried to reach out and we failed. So we took the child for counseling. She only now she's starting to understand, and the second baby daddy is making her understand we can't do anything about someone who doesn't want to be in your life.
I know.
Let us who are here help you and raise you. We can raise you as a community, and you'll be fine.
No, Mina, I can tell you now, Lily, your second baby daddy is definitely the father of your child. You know, the blood that's flowing in your child may not be his, but he's the father figure. You know, even though the relationship didn't work out between you. So your case is definitely an exception, but it requires adults who are mature enough to sit and talk things through. And I feel like you guys have reached that. You know, so. Hi, your case is exceptional. But also, hey, a shout out to this guy, man. This guy is a gem. You know, the relationship may not have worked out, but I feel like as a dad, he's a great dad, you know.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job, Shem. I don't want to lie. He does everything from school lunch. I'll make sure he buys for 3 kids, not for 2 kids.
Yeah.
School fees, as it's not his responsibility, but he still helps. whatever he needs to do. If, like right now, I had to take the other kids for immunization, and then the other one, there was a school meeting on the very same day. He took the older one for the school meeting. I took the small ones for immunization. So we split the chores and whatever we need to do for the kids.
No man, shout out to you, to your ex. He's a really a great dad, and let's hard net so make it work, make it work. We are right behind you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Guys, our time has run up. Is there anybody who has not spoken here that we need to allow to speak before we wrap up? The two people who are requesting to join, I apologize. We're not going to be able to let you guys in because we are already over our time. Has anybody not spoken yet?
Yebo.
Yes.
Yebo.
Talk to me.
What does that form as?
I think Komoto should start. And
Oh, there are 4 people who have not spoken. Okay, Khomoso, go. Speak, my darling.
Hi.
Lily, you can mute, my darling.
Sorry, I'm trying to mute.
Okay, let me help you. Okay, there we go.
Hi,
Moto?
Madam Speaker. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. Hey, so I started your life when you were talking about the woman, I think the divorced woman who took care of the maintaining the kids.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, can I do some kind of a situation, eh? Something like that.
Similar to
Something
that.
like that.
Okay.
So it matter of, okay, I was married, got divorced. There was a maintenance court order, which was, once after divorce, the court will say maintenance for the child will be this much. And then that was granted. And then I think baby daddy decided he's not going to pay maintenance. And then I decided I'm not going to chase after this man to pay maintenance.
Okay.
For me, it was like he knows he's owing, he will pay when he's ready. And then the maintenance was like, if you're not paying, it's accumulated.
Yeah, accumulate, well, yeah.
It accumulated. Baby daddy got a job. 10 years later, I raised the kids alone for like 12 years. For my 100 and something thousand later, I go back to maintenance court. Oh, what papa must go guy. Guy tells the daughter, like, now papa, hey, I'm getting married with another woman, Good. I get maintenance court to be claim what is rightfully mine.
Yeah.
So I go to maintenance court, obviously. Then obviously because I think he had money issues, and then he still says, or no, he doesn't afford the money. There are no problem. Let's just take it to the Ganesh route. Then you will pay the money until you finish. So the another wife, because I'm a papa, wife decides to phone me. Okay, so I'm phoning like I'm coming to again. Now that you called me, Mame la pela. And then again, so that papa, that in commercial property. More than more, when you're in commercial property, you don't even know that this guy has 101,000 that is owing me. Please note, if you married this person in commercial property, his debt is your debt to pay. That means if this guy happens to die right now, I come for you as the wife. Or you were maintaining this child of mine, Ganesh. So whatever money comes for the pension and don't do it, I'm going to 100 and mama. So mama, baby mama, no, that's not going to happen. They did report to the maintenance court. I'm not going to be talking to you. Now can I issue name my ex-husband, not with you. So I'm going to let this slide.
Yeah.
But in advice to the ladies who are married, which is I'm also married, who are married, maybe the only thing you need to know is, yes, they look at the child. This is how much has been given to the child. And then the understand? 11, 12 years later, I remarry. And then I have my baby daddy who comes with the baby. Yeah, hi, obviously. And then tables are now turned. And then I say to my husband, my now husband, hey, can I tell you maintenance? Continue as you were doing. But I need to be clued up. Since I'm now married, I need to know what's going on in my house, the finances, etc., etc. Unfortunately, situation you find where the other woman prefers or wants on high to go to an expensive school. Me on the other side, I want to keep my kids on a budget. Okay, guys, I can't take one. I was going to say 8,000, 9,000. It's not the savings. It's not educational policy. It's not university. So why must I pay 9,000 for school fees if I can pay 2,000 rent and save the rest for future? Then now it becomes like a war thing kind of thing. Or no, me being the wife, I don't want the other child to now go to Kiro and over school funds are 8,000 rand or 9,000 rand. Actually, it was going to 10,000. They can high school now. I go back to her. I hear you. However, remember now I have this daughter of mine. Here are my 2 kids. I kept them under 5K for the both of them for school. I would appreciate if we do the same for the other, because now we are married. It's no longer his man is our man, is our house. It tends to be different in this case, because hence I'm saying I was surprised when Jesus' wife says she doesn't know what's going on with the finances as the wife. Because then you're supposed to be running your household finances. You're supposed to account for every cent. The husband can't just be buying clothes for people without you knowing, and yet you are the wife. You understand? Because I should tell you high, because we are now married as husband and wife. You understand? So now we're sitting in a situation where it's like, now I'm a bad stepmother. I do not want this child. I cannot cure up at only 10,000. I was like, no, please. When I'm saying how prove for me, my kids by 2, 5,000. So in this household, every child will spend 5,000. So this is what we're gonna give. She has to go to Tabalaza the rest of the 5,000 to push the child there high.
Emma Peli, my darling, isn't there there's no maintenance court order in place between your current husband and the baby mama?
There is a maintenance court order here, 1,500 rand.
Okay, so from 1,500 rand to Kiro.
Yes. But as me being me, I said move 5,000, why but I give it to her. But still, it's a complainer, hence.
Is she doing something? Anyway, you know what, my sister, because Vele, when you are not even supposed to be involved, when the only thing is from your finances of your household, you should know this much. You can't take all the money that this man is making and give to this child, and then there's nothing left in the house. It's not possible, So the two parents must meet each other halfway, as long as when you are not suffering.
Exactly. Hence, I was asking if Jesus, because you can't be taking my money in the house, giving it to the other kids, or snatch you or their house or that dream house or whatever.
My darling, it's understandable if we're saying because the other child, no, it's the child of your husband, not the child of the baby mama that does not belong to your husband. You understand what I mean? That's even worse.
Yes.
It's even worse,
In this case, because I saw baby daddy, I saw my husband. That's why I'm trying to keep her cost very low, so that just can understand in the marriage. So I try to manage things, I don't want to, over expand because there's kids and all those things. I try to keep the expenses low because there's future more, there's university, there's savings, there's investment. You can't just be splurging on a 10,000 school fees. See, that's happy, my guys.
Yeah. Hey, my sister, I hear you. Stand on business there, but also. I do feel for the husband, because obviously the husband is in between, because he must go and speak to this baby mama, see if they reach common ground. They must fight all the time, and also come home and fight with the wife to say, listen, here, this is our budget. We are not going anything beyond this. Mara, hey, he will sort it out with the baby mama. They will meet common ground. They will reach common ground.
No more, there's no common ground. They don't talk. We don't see the child. We just the financial don't only.
Hey.
Is that whole complicated thing?
I know, it's tangled. It's tangled. But anyway, thank you so much, my darling, for sharing. I really appreciate you sharing, because you know what? One lesson that I've learned there, when I now get married again, I'm also inspired. You got married again after 12 years. Me, I will be getting married again very soon. And
no. The marriage is 12 years, but so what happened is we met when I was 30. So we've been together for 12 years now, but we just got married. When you do it the second time, you tread very carefully.
Yes.
You must be sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Hey.
Yes.
No. Yeah, so I am inspired. And also the lesson that I'm learning from what you are sharing here with us today is that, please, guys, when you are getting into these relationships and getting into these marriages with people who have ex-wives and people who have maintenance court orders in place, make sure this guy is not owing. Because remember at our other podcast, the Safe Space Case podcast, we once had a widow who was left with a lot of debt after the husband passed away because they were married in community of property. So you can't ignore finances in a marriage, especially if you're married in community of property, because when push comes to shove, and each hits the fan, you are the one who is going to be able to pick up the pieces, only one, so you can't ignore certain things,
Right.
Thank you so much, my darling. We are moving right along to Zintle. Hi, Zintle.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you for the accumulating court order. What? I appreciate that. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Story for another day. My situation is that I have 4 kids. And the first one was for my first boyfriend. The twins are from my first ex-husband. And then the last one is from my second ex-husband.
Okay.
Now, my kids go to a private school that is affordable to me.
Okay.
I made sure that whatever lifestyle I live with them is within my means, so that whatever they do is just an addition, so that I don't get to frustrate myself in terms of running after them with all of that. I don't like how cool. I just want to live my life in peace and joy. So they do what they do when they want to do it, whatever, of which they have access to the kids as well. So fine, no problem. Now, when the good thing about me is that my kids are not in the same age group. The one is 17, the twins are 12, and then the boy is 7.
Okay.
So when the boy goes to the father and then he comes back with something, the girls don't mind.
Yeah.
Vice versa, the boy also, when the twins come back from the father, to him, it's something that's totally unrelated to him. So I am blessed in that way, that they've got that age gap. You understand? Now, in terms of the accumulating, because there was a maintenance order on both marriages, and I've never paid attention to it because me, I'm always a person who goes by just peace. I'll always choose peace over anything. You understand? So that's how I just wanted to share my situation, that for me, that's how I live my life.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you sharing your stories, Intlene, and I do understand that, dynamics are not the same. But the one thing that I'm actually learning from you is that as a mother, you should keep it within your affordability, because the situation or the scenario, the initial scenario where a baby mama is saying that the baby daddy of the first child must pay or do things for all the other kids, it could be that she's not even able to afford to do things for all her children. Meaning that now, because remember, the initial story was that the guy was saying you picked poor guys to make babies with. So Mina, my child must now suffer because whether you picked poor baby daddies.
Exactly.
Meaning that it's that extreme, So that means that as a woman, it's I said this in the beginning before we had even guests in, to say guard your womb according to your pocket, Guard your womb according to your pocket, so that if it gets to a point where only you are going to be the one that gives your kids basic needs, and then the baby daddies just top up whatever that is already there, at least your kids will have the same life.
Exactly, so that also you don't get to frustrate yourself, because I should think that it's frustrating to be running after umuntu like umdala lo muntu knows that you have a child. You shouldn't be the one who has to be running after them about such things. Now, the only sad thing I do is that I run after them in terms of spending time with the kids, because I do want my kids to have a relationship with them. That one, I nag them. I don't play.
Okay. No, I appreciate you sharing. Like I said, or because dynamics differ from person to person, I appreciate everyone sharing their unique stories. And yeah, if at least they're able to abide when you say, listen, spend time with your kids, try at least. I'm happy for that, because you know what, it's tough sometimes. These people, when they divorce you, they divorce the children as well. They don't want to have a relationship with the kids. So at least if those ones that really still want to continue with the relationship, or if you're able to influence the relationship to keep going, then bravo to you. We have Bakang next. Hi, Bakang. Bakang going once.
Hi, Likai.
Good, thanks. How are you, my darling?
Thing. Now I just want to share a little bit of my story, Felanchi. I'm a 30-year-old with a 10-year-old son.
Okay.
His father passed away 2-3 years back.
Okay.
And he left him with a lot of money.
Okay.
And I chose to put in a trust fund for him so that it keeps him in the long run. on his own when he's standing, he's financially stable alone without him being dependent on me.
Okay.
My issue now is that I have the fear of having other kids because of my financial state doesn't compare to where he is.
Okay.
Whereby I have can only fear if I have another child, I will have to downgrade my child from the lifestyle I belong currently
Okay.
without me paying a cent on it. And then it bothers me so much because I don't know I told him whatever that he desires, or when he wants something, he's able to access it. Because there's gonna be this child whereby now I cannot tell it that access the older brother is gonna be getting.
My sister, please make sure you pick your baby daddy well. I think that's the area you need to focus on. To say if you want to have another baby, make sure you do your background check. Make sure your baby daddy is not going to be rocking up with your DH. No offense to those who are wearing DH, by the way. I just had a DH dream and I'm traumatized by DH. But if you're going to be doing that, then obviously you're going to have that problem. But if you make sure or your baby daddy or when yourself, you are stable enough to say, let me accumulate, let me make sure or I do my part so that when now the people come together, they, at least they can level up a bit. And also having these conversations with our kids as well for them to understand the different situations. I do believe that the one who is up there, like, have a conversation with them about having a sibling and whatnot, but also try by all means to not change the lifestyle that the other one is having. You know, it's at least not just drastically like that, but gradually or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, look at it. There's a lot of things that you need to look into before you make another baby. You the pressure is too high for you. But please check the right things. Yeah, number one, no DH for your baby date, please.
But I want to do it quickly first. So
My sister, so you want to pick any Tom, Dick, and Harry by the streets and make a baby with, and then now make the other baby suffer?
No, but it's like you're not saying you see what you know. I always say it's like the father of my child knew. He doesn't want me to have another child. This is the reason why he did what he did. Because he always preached to me, you know, when I have a child with somebody else, I only want to be your baby date.
Okay.
I would take that and thank it. But Bakang, I think the reasons of they are a bit different to what you are saying. If you happen to meet someone you're in love with and you get married, money is not a factor because you are in love, and then the money that was left for your child, it's not your money, it's his money. So you keep that money there, and you as an adult or a parent, it's your responsibility or you can all just be spoiling because money is there. True that. You know, you invest it, you keep it there until he's grown. When he's 2021, he's an adult from 18. We can just help with financial literacy for him to manage his money. He goes to treasury, you buy him an apartment, you can buy him a small car. He goes to university, you keep his money there for his income. You continue with your new marriage and new children. So I really don't think it should be a case now because there's money, then you can't marry, you can't have other kids.
You see, Mara Khomotso, sorry to cut you, Khomotso. Remember now, Bakang's issue is that she's getting old. Once somebody has that mentality or they're getting old, they won't even think about falling in love. They just want to fall pregnant.
She's not even looking for marriage. She's looking for a baby.
Hey, my sister.
Currently, with what I'm seeing, the marriage that nowadays and whatsoever, I feel that for me to get married, I have to dig deeper. So whereby I will have to go to court and check if this person doesn't have any maintenance damage. And because
I know.
Their hearts, they don't operate like that.
Yeah, no, when I just do your own background check, and I agree with what Khomotso is saying, to say you don't have to involve your new child in what the other child has and everything. Have your own child for your own reasons and whatever, and understand the dynamics may not even be the same. But at the end of the day, all I'm asking you, please don't find a DH guy walking by the streets and get him and make a baby with him. Please, my sister, you are still young.
No, I know it.
I am traumatized, guys. I dreamt I was walking in the mall holding hands with a guy who is wearing DH. Imagine.
What the what's wrong with DH?
Ah, no, there's nothing wrong with it, but for me, it traumatizes me. You understand? You see, let me tell you. Okay, good. Yeah, I think this is very relevant. You see what my trauma is with this DH man that I'm working with in the mall. My kids, my current kids, the two that I have, ne? If I can buy for them, I'm just giving an example. If I walk in Truworths, I can buy them LTD, I can buy them Earthchild, I can buy them some nice things, ne? But now my issue is, if the father is wearing DH, the child we're gonna be making, what is that child going to be wearing? And I'm not even saying this in a sense, hey, kids, quality clothes, what. I'm just saying, well, do you see now where this thing is going? To say, these ones I have now, the father can afford DH for the children. So now the new boyfriend I'm working with in the mall is the DH is for the father. And then what is the kid? Hey, DH man must stay away from me.
No, noted. I'll stop being hard on myself and just cruise with life.
Yeah.
And avoid the DH ones.
Yeah, please, my sister. But anyway, if somebody was asking what's wrong with DH, there's nothing wrong with DH. But judging by what your baby daddy left you with for your other child, I don't think you qualify for DH, guy. Please stay away. I'm just joking. Matters of the heart.
Remember, as you said, that it's not mine money, it's his.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's nothing that I can do. If I don't afford to buy him the DH, then he will wait until he's 18 to get it himself.
My trauma, guys. Trauma, DH.
Anyways, I hear you, and I'm gonna take this advice seriously, because hey, guys, I've been struggling with this for such a long time, but now I can tell myself what I am, and don't be hard on yourself, girl. You'll be fine. But I'm praying to God I do not fall in love with a DH.
Thank you, my sister. I'm also praying for you, ne? When I pray, when I do my fasting prayer, I'm gonna write your name down so that you don't fall in love with a DH guy. Okay. Thank you, darling. Last but not least, we have Makosazane.
Thank you, guys. I'm new here. Such a lovely conversation.
You're welcome.
I just
darling.
happened to come across your one of your videos, and somehow this topic has been just rolling throughout the day, and it was of interest to me. So a couple of things that you mentioned, and which I firmly believe and agree with. One of them is that the biggest gift you can give to anyone, especially a man, is your womb. So as ladies, we should guard our wombs. Be careful who you procreate with. I mean, if you go, literally, you just have to scroll on TikTok in a day and just realize how bad things are. People are struggling because of the partners or the fathers that they chose. I mean, I'm not the choose better brigade, but the reality is that for ourselves, not even for anybody else, we should just make sure that we guard our wombs. If you're not sure, if you've just met a person, just dig deep, like you were saying now. Just make sure that the person is not a DH person. Just make sure that the person is stable. Be sure that the person wants children. And beside that, be sure that you're having those children for yourself. We know this for sure, that 90% of the time, the mother is going to do the raising of the children. Make sure that you can afford to take care of these children.
And what the man brings is just topping up. I hear you.
Exactly. With or without the person. So that then when they are there and they stay with you and they are topping up and they're making sure that life happens.
Absolutely.
I know I am talking from a place of privilege. I'm also a stepmother, but I do not have issues in my life. Literally.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. I just don't have issues in my life. And part of it, I suppose, is because, I'm my own woman. I stand in my own business. My husband is his own man. He stands his own business. And together we are a force, and together we run our household. We're not looking for anybody to assist. We know what is our responsibility. But more than anything, you talk about these things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I had to come online when Jesus' wife was on the line, because for me, Sisi, please, 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 I would urge, if she's still online, sit down and talk to your husband. Have the conversation in your household on how to run your household. What works? I think somebody else mentioned you cannot be in a household and you do not know how your money is being spent. There just needs to be that communication so that you can move forward as a family unit, knowing this is who we are as a family. This is what we want to achieve for our family. This is the legacy we want to leave for our kids, and this is how we're going to achieve that.
Yeah.
Things shouldn't just happen upon us. We are in 2024. Information is everywhere. You know, we shouldn't just go to the world blindly as if we don't know what we are doing. Ladies, please, please, you know. And that's that. Other than that, enjoyed the conversation.
Oh man, thank you so much. What a beautiful way of ending this conversation here tonight. And I agree with you 100%. We cannot afford to live a life where we're just saying, tomorrow will take care of itself. Because if you are left alone here when tomorrow needs to take care of itself and you don't even know your business, you're going to be in big trouble. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your input, my darling. And every single person who's been requesting to join in. And also those who are still requesting, guys, I apologize. Please, let's do a live tomorrow. I'm going to introduce the topic during the course of the day tomorrow. Because today is actually a Wednesday. It's not our usual live times. We do lives. We do our Losing in Love podcast every Thursday at 7 p.m. So that means that tomorrow we are still here. I'm going to introduce the new topic during the course of the day. And then later on, if you feel like you have a input here and there, you're more than welcome to join in tomorrow evening. And for those who only joined in late and they missed some parts of the live, I always say this, that you hop over on YouTube there. You'll find the live sitting there waiting for you with a beautiful thumbnail which is related to the topic at hand. And also when you get to the other side, please just leave me with a subscription there. Subscribe to my channel, like, and also just say shout out. I'm coming from TikTok, because really that makes me happy, because it really shows that there's growth which is coming from this side to the other side. And also the nice thing about that TikTok app, the YouTube app, is that you never have to miss out on the important information that we share on TikTok. So with that being said, God bless you guys. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.